Hello YouTube, Robin Hood Bricks here, and it occurs to me that I haven't done a full city-wide tour for an absolute age. In fact, it's been over a year, would you believe? So in order to give the best impression of my city on another tour, I want to do a load of little jobs and some big ones, so everything is looking its absolute best. We've got the brand new mall in, which is one of the bigger things, but another is to relocate my wonderful supermarket with all of its detail to a much more easily viewable position. Now, my supermarket has got unparalleled detail on the ground floor, but you really wouldn't know either from the first standing hole or from the second one, where all we can see is the colourful back door and this great big blank wall. You can kind of peer around the side a little bit and see some of the exterior detail, but it really just isn't the same. And given that this is a mock creation, at least on the ground floor, I really want all of that detail on full view. So I figure we need to find a better location for it than here. Not that any modular looks great from the back, backing onto this second standing hole, but I think we can definitely do better. So I'm happy with this run of modulars with the police station, bookshop, and fast food corner, my own creation there as well. The station, and of course, our brand new double modular mall. So yeah, I don't think I want to change those. The Palace Cinema I really like. I really like the street scene. I really like the sort of hidden nature of the secret wrestling den on its roof. So I don't really want to change that. Nor the diner, detective's office, and Parisian of this middle strip either. Which leads us to the only remaining area for, well, flipping things around really, and that's that back row there. I'm very happy with the town hall, Assembly Square, my multi-story car park, and even the boutique hotel. So the last one, which is also a corner one, fortunately, in prime position, is our Grand Emporium and Casino. So I figure that one is, well, very pretty and very good. I do like it a great deal, but I think it will look good from, well, all sorts of different distances, essentially. And the detail on the inside isn't to be marvelled at like my supermarket is. So my plan is to remove that one, replace it with my supermarket, and put that one in its place over here and, well, see how it looks. But we do have the complication of the monorail line, which goes all the way past that and around the back of it. So we've got to position everything so, well, everything can make it past. So the first thing is to take that one out, I think, and to put this one in, and we'll see if it can get by in the same way. Now, as I start to strip this down, you can start to see the problems that I had when initially siting this modular here. In order to avoid that back corner with the monorail, I did actually have to move the entire modular off its own base plate, 5 studs to the left, so it was overhanging and straddling this road plate here. And that meant that I freed up a few studs on the other side to create this dark alley where there's a robber at the end of. So yeah, don't go down there. So it might be with the supermarket that I can actually make the whole building a bit more to the right because it has got a cutaway on that back corner, but then we'd lose the alley. So maybe I'll want to keep it. I don't know, in exactly the same position. But either way, it does mean I'm going to have to pull off a lot of the tiles relating to this modular and then relocate the whole thing properly back onto its base plate and do the opposite with my supermarket. Take it all off its base plate and move all those tiles slightly to the left before putting them down again. Oh, and that's going to be an absolute nightmare job. So essentially, that's why I want to just sort of do a rough positioning first to make sure I'm happy with its location before making that commitment. And then this, firmly on its own original base plate, will go back where we started from. And that means at least that, well, we've got a more attractive rear view of the building, I think, than the one on the supermarket. And we'll have nice access to our casino, which I never really get to look at, with its card tables, its roulette wheel, and its little cashier there. So I'm really looking forward to that being within easier reach. And this building should look good from any distance, as I say. Right, so pull out the bottom floor, get the supermarket in there as just a rough tester, and see if we want to make the commitment. All right, it is in. Well, provisionally in. resting on another base plate just to give it the right height so it doesn't sort of tilt at a funny angle while I'm testing it. And yeah, I quite like it there. It's very tall, this building. It might even be my tallest. But I suppose with the crane there, it doesn't look out of proportion. It makes sense that the crane's the height it is when you've got a big building around it. We do have kind of 3 buildings with dark orange bricks now. We've got that one, and that one in relative quick succession. But I don't suppose that's too bad, really. The main benefit, of course, is that now we can see all this wonderful street view and even through the windows into the supermarket with all those stickers, signs and adverts and even that ATM. And that makes really good sense next to that alley, of course, because that'll probably be why the robber is there, waiting for somebody to use it so he can kind of hold them up and take their money. Yeah, and you can still see the roof fine as well. So I don't think this is bad at all. And we've got 4 floors to fill on the inside, so we can have 4 different businesses maybe, and one with that lovely veranda. Maybe we'll have a party out on there. So I definitely think we've got more scenes as a result, including our wonderful spilt milk scene, which you couldn't even see before at all. You didn't even know it was there. So yeah, I think for that reason we should keep this here, and we can't really see behind it to the building site or right background there, but we couldn't really do that with the Emporium either. And you can just see it there, but that's good fun to have to lean around things to see. And you can see the tram is just making it past that corner in this position. One more stud that way and it wouldn't work. One more stud that way and it would be the same as the Grand Emporium was. So yeah, I've got to make my mind up whether I want this alley to be 3 studs as it's currently showing. That's the minimum tolerance, or just one more to make it a bit more balanced. I think I might be doing that. Clearly I need to rearrange all the street furniture and remove that tree from in front of the crossing lights and so on. But yeah, I think we have proof of concept, so I can put all that effort into changing the ground floor, which I'm really not looking forward to. So I'm probably going to have a great big break now just to move that properly off its base plate rather, and the Grand Emporium properly back onto its. Good. Well, it is the next day after an evening well spent moving tiles from 2 modular base plates, moving them all 5 studs to the left or the right respectively, which is probably why I put off that task so long. That's a suggestion by you when I made this supermarket build quite a way back now. It was made even more complicated by the fact that this monorail line is on top of the cinema building, and the cinema building actually has 1 stud's worth of its build on this base plate, as well as this completely overlapping that. I needed to read all these baskets. I was spilling chilies all over the place and watermelons were rolling around. So yeah, it's been an absolute pain. But it was a good subscriber suggestion because it looks fantastic there, I think. I mean, these scenes, I absolutely adore the kiddie ride and the spilt milk and all the colour of the fruit and produce next to that weighing machine and so on, let alone the fact that you can glimpse into these windows, less so with the camera perhaps. But yeah, and there's a lot more potential there with those floors, as I mentioned earlier. So I think that was well worth all that effort to move. So that was a suggestion by a few of you quite a long time ago. So thanks very much for that. There is your Bedoing. Cool, right, so I moved the tree that was part of that and I've just stuck it over here for a bit of temporary decor. I've also put here the newer style of lamppost. I've got some lampposts in my city and I do have plans to put them all the way through, though probably not today because it will take an absolute age. I'm doing these as a tester because I'm not sure if I like the look of them with the solar panel on the top, but they do have the glow-in-the-dark 1x2 bricks as the light, and when you turn out the lights to the Lego room, they do all glow, quite amusingly so. So I'm going to see if I really like that and it's worth it, because these fluorescent lights, I'm just going to dazzle you a bit, really charge glow-in-the-dark pieces a surprisingly large amount. So yeah, that's just something else that I was doing at the same time. And then we've got the Grand Emporium down there, and I think that still looks really good actually, We haven't got the intricate scenes apart from perhaps that guy cleaning the windows on the top, but we can still see him. The height's a bit better as well, just that one story less, that it's in line with the hospital with its helicopter. It wouldn't want to be near too many taller buildings, and it lets us see over from the second standing hole at that run of taller buildings against the wall. But I suppose it'd be better to see that closer up. So let's pop over there and see what it looks like. Yes, I think this was a smashing idea actually. It's much easier having this slightly smaller building in front of the road and the line of tall buildings on the other side. It just makes everything a bit easier to reach. It doesn't even look that bad either from this side, given we've got this lovely tan wall with two billboards on. I've kind of forgotten I'd put an on there. The small one was on this intermediate side, but I'm going to be having the jazz club right on this square here, so I've moved that onto the back as well, where we've also got the Once Upon a Brick 8x16 one, which is very nice. Kind of forgotten I put them on there just so you could see them from tram cam. Then we've got the brick bank over here, which doesn't look as good from the back by any means, but we've got the museum 6x6 one on there. That might benefit from having the bigger one, but then again, the roller coaster does obscure most of that there. So yeah, that one doesn't look too good from the back, but this one really does. I like its little back door and that arch. We can see the flags and the green awnings and that really nice front facade. Also the guy cleaning the windows. So I think we're getting most of the benefit of this, much better than having the supermarket here. I also like the fact that we can see the advert and our cat chasing these birds. But best of all, I think, is, and it's something that I didn't appreciate I'd be able to do, I can actually see into the casino. I'm not sure if you can very well with the camera not going to be focusing on through the glass, but yeah, you can see the chandelier certainly, can't you? And that means, well, I can just glance into it at will, and it's a really good sort of eye line, and the roof's not even that firmly attached for me just to get it all off and peer inside as well. Check out the dude with the cocktail. That would be me. Cool. So very happy with that move again. I don't think there's any downsides to it whatsoever. So yeah, I'm going to give you another bedoing. Fantastic. Right, now let's get on with some other subscriber suggestions. Well, since I had my bags of pavement tiles out, I decided to bite another bullet that I've been putting off, and that is tiling a lot of the incomplete areas around the second standing hole that you've been pressing me to get on with, so it looks a lot more tidy. So I just did this corner, finishing off the bit in front of the airport and linking up that checked bit of the mall with the stairs for the airport stop, and that's looking more complete now. I tidied up this corner here, so that's finished. It definitely looks like a big expanse that's too empty, so I'll probably do some sort of art installation or sculpture or something there. That'll be good fun to plan. Another thing that I'm doing for this section is I've continued buying taxis from the old station set 60050. So I've got 3 here. Oh no, sorry, 4, because one's indicating in, and I had a 5th one here. So now we've got 6 and 7. Yes, it's kind of an addiction, but I figure a taxi rank just doesn't look right until it's got a queue of taxis in it. So it's a pity they're quite so near these 3 and these 4, but I think repeated vehicles sometimes looks really fun. So yeah, that's what that is. Not that you can really see them behind this massive ride, but anyway, so that is the taxi ranks, very clearly designated by the taxis. So the tiling improvements continue, and I finished off this sort of little square here and put the tree back with the birds and the tree back underneath the monorail line there. So this is all filled in. Again, there's quite a big space in there, so I think we probably need some sort of statue or park bench or ornament or green area or something. I've tidied up the bike lane. It kind of comes to an abrupt halt, but hey-ho. And that goes all the way along to this corner. And then we've got tiling completed around the side there. And I haven't done in front of this because my back was starting to go, get very tired. So I haven't finished that area in front of the Space Tower, but I have linked up all of the left-hand side of the Brick Nottingham post and completed around the eruption of Drillex's machine up to the Leaning Tower of Ferrari. Absolutely great. And done a little bit more further up here. So yeah, we've got lots of extra building space for expansion in this corner, and it's all looking a lot more tidy, what I've done so far. And for those of you wondering what I'm going to do with this area with my Bedoying button on it, well, that should be coming very soon. It's going to be relatively low rise, but very good fun, I think. So anyway, thanks for all the suggestions about the taxis and about finishing my paving. I need the encouragement, really. Anyway, let's do some other fun jobs that you suggested around the city to get it tip-top. Now, some of these requests are from absolutely ages ago. Somebody requested that I get a Mini Micros Hulk and have it as a kid in full face paint and probably with a sort of breastplate attached for his muscles to my Comic-Con scene. And I thought that was a good idea, so it went on a list and I finally got it into position. So that is a very nice addition. I like him. He's a good colour contrast and size contrast as well. I think that grin is suggesting that he's either regretting his costume choice or maybe it's a bit itchy or something like that. He doesn't look very happy in a way. I've added a load of animals to my farm and around about. So we've got a grey squirrel in this tree, just a little bit more detail. Not really an animal, but we've got the brand new carrot suit guy with his farmer's market sign in front of that box of carrots that was already there, and that sign. Very appropriate combination of pieces there. I just wish there's an apostrophe on the sign because I'm a pedant. Well, it's not pedantry really, it's just being right. We've had an absolute load of the pink pigs, the bright pink ones. All the others were already there. And my favourite of the new ones is the little piglet who's on Mummy's back, and maybe he's trying to escape. He's obviously leader of the escape committee. We've got a baby cow now from the recent farmer set going for some milk in the pail. Much more chickens, including the new colour one. We've got another baby horse from the advent calendar, that white one there. And then, full stretch into the corner, more sheep in the sheep scene. So I've added all the lambs and the one with the unshorn wool. I figure there's always one that gets through without having it being sheared in the shearing season. It's just managed to escape somehow. And talking of escapes, one of the lambs has got on the wrong side of the fence. It's not near its mummy. So that obviously needs a lot of help from the farmer just to get back over the other side, because otherwise it'll be riding all these rides before long. So anyway, yeah, looking good over at the farm as well. Thanks for those suggestions and encouragements. Well, there is the Crown Queen added to the Crown King on brick Nottingham Castle that I got from the recent brick haul. So that's a nice little scene, the two of them on the battlements there. I think you'll agree. Very nice indeed. Then there's two recent piece acquisitions that I got that I want to try out. One was the Harry Potter door with that red printing on that I was going to try on my telephone booth with Barbara on the inside, the one that she sent in. I think that should be an improvement, but it is a slightly different red, so we'll try that in a minute. Another one is taking a leaf out of the book of the recent station set that had, not this one, but a 2x6 kind of tile with printing on for the back seat of a bench. And I thought that would be really good for advertising. Maybe that one's advertising Far Corner Farm or something like that. So I could put that on there. And then I found some stickers from some 1x2x5 bricks with, it's upside down, the World Unity Festival stickers on. So I thought they could go kind of on the back of ones and even be obscured by people sitting on the benches. But I think it would add a lot of detail. So I'm going to try that on 1, 2, 3 benches, and if it looks really good I can continue it round onto the fourth one and, well, whatever, when I get some more appropriate pieces. So yeah, let's see how those look. Well, I think both of these look better actually. Those slats may not match the just horizontal ones on the sides, but yeah, I think it really makes it look a lot more authentic to a British phone booth. So I'm happy with that one. Good idea. And the other one being these adverts on the back, that's my idea, but that is a really good one, I think. That empty bench looks great with that patterning on. This one with the goblin on from the Spot the Goblin game, it's still about, is good as well, because it almost advertises the farm, I think, and putting that right in front of the supermarket for fresh produce makes really good sense to me. And then we've got the repeated one over here with Mr. Hull on his bench. So yeah, that's looking really nice indeed. So I think I'm going to be on the lookout for more 2x6 tiles in white, or stickers from 1x2x5 bricks, which have exactly the same dimensions, to put on the one with the old couple and loads of other benches in other places, like the spaces we mentioned earlier. So they're looking really good. Another thing that someone suggested was to use this sticker from the sticker sheet to put near my paddleboard rental, so I can put that onto that surface there. Hey, that's looking pretty good. And then one more of mine was to add a certain idiot to a certain balcony in the town hall, like he's made its way in and he's celebrating. No one else seems that bothered, to be honest. We've got a couple getting married there, and the mayor is on mayoral duties. I just hope he doesn't hit the bat button there that's been carelessly left out on the balcony, though he'll soon get duffed up by Batman, of course, who probably wouldn't tolerate his antics very long. Cool, so those are loads more fun ideas. So here is your Bedouin. Let's do some more. Okay, so I've added T-Rex suit guy to the T-Rex transporter. I'm not sure if it makes massive sense to have a mascot along for the ride, but it's good fun. Now, I was thinking where to put my brand new red birds on a rooftop, but then I figured that I've already got a bit obsessive with birds, and the fact that that's got some birds on it, that's got birds on it, there's birds over there, there's probably some birds over here, there's a bird there on the station, on the GBC building over there, we've got some on this building, that building. Yeah, I've gone a bit crazy really, one there, some there, but anyway, I found a rooftop that's got a bit of space on it, so I've got my 3 red birds that I was obsessing over a few weeks back. But I just love adding all this extra detail. It really makes a lot of difference if you ask me, and you can see them from a long distance, and it makes you come and have a look, and yeah, they look like they're having a bit of a natter, bit of a chirp, so that's really good. And then onto the old area of the city, being the Apollo Arcade. I've added my newsie, or my loud newspaper boy, shouting extra, extra, with his pile of papers, and I think that looks really good. I've just used jumper plates, of course, underneath the original paper to make a little stack of them, so I think that's looking really good. And another idea that was suggested, on top of adding him there, was to use my pink flamingo 1x1 round tiles to adorn the ends of my queuing rope that makes up the queue on the outside of the pink flamingo. So this is the one from the near side taken out, but you can probably see the queuing rope on the back side has got them as well. Now you can't see this tile from every angle, but I don't mind. I really like that sort of level of detail. And then if you look past the doorman, which is going to be really hard to focus on, there's another one, the 5th one, as the door handle. So I don't know if you can see that or not, but that is where all 5 are going to be used. So I just need to pop that back in position, and that should look absolutely great. So that is a really good suggestion. Where's my Bedouin buzzer? Thank you for that. And I realise now that we didn't actually test our progress behind the back of this building. Ooh. If it falls back there, it's going to be an absolute nightmare to get back. But no, it's making it. I'll have to do, as part of my tour, a tram cam, I think, because it's a lot more interesting now that it goes behind all those buildings and up to the mall. It's a right bendy route. There we go, up to there, and you'll see right into the mall and, well, over to the fairground as well. So yeah, really liking that. Great improvements. Well, thanks as ever for all your suggestions. It really does make a difference to my city. There was one more just to move this sign. I just remember standing here so everyone can see it, whether they're on the land or in the sea. So that's good. Thanks for that one. But yeah, I think we're getting fighting fit for our tour. everything's looking a lot more tidy with that tiling done, and with the modulars changed, I think it makes my city look a bit more exceptional, having some mock builds in prime position whilst also having the wonderfully historic official sets visible as well. I think before I do the tour, I just want to do a couple more things. I want to get the jazz club in that gap, of course. I think I might have to do something with the sign in order to make it a bit more visible, but maybe that can wait. And it would be quite nice to get this empty bit done here, but if I keep procrastinating, we'll never get the tour done at all. So maybe I'll just bite the bullet when I've got the appropriate amount of time. But yeah, looking good. Very happy with that so far. So as always, thank you very much for watching. It is appreciated. Do remember to like, comment and subscribe for more awesome LEGO videos. And if you value this channel, there are many ways in which you can support it. Do check out the links in the description below. And if you want to send something to the channel, you can to the usual address. Next time on Robin Hood Bricks, it will be a brick haul. I can't remember what is next in the queue, but I'm sure it'll be absolutely fantastic, and it'll probably promote even more amendments and even more builds. So until all of that, see you!